Hello, everyone. The speed and extent of the devastation caused by COVID-19 is difficult to capture in words. Shocking as today's results would have been a scant 3 months ago when we reported strong 2019 earnings, which followed on several years of record results, they are now a further affirmation of the severity and abruptness of the pandemic's impact on Air Canada and the global airline industry. No adjectives can adequately describe the pandemic's effect upon our economy, nor can numbers fully quantify the extent of the financial devastation the global airline industry is experiencing. For Air Canada, the pandemic and government-imposed travel restrictions have ended a run of 27 consecutive quarters of revenue growth. Our solid January and February results, despite early weakness in China, gave us every encouragement that this performance would continue until the sudden and catastrophic onset of COVID-19 in Europe and North America in early March. We are now living through the darkest period ever in the history of commercial aviation, significantly worse than the aftermaths of 9/11, SARS, or the 2008 global financial crisis. Our EBITDA collapsed in the quarter by more than $500 million. On a GAAP basis, we reported an operating loss of $433 million. So while 3 short months ago we celebrated record results, this quarter we are reporting deep losses with worse to come in Q2 and Q3. The majority of our employees have been furloughed. Revenue has all but evaporated. The majority of our fleet is grounded, and we're operating less than 5% of 2019 capacity. Entire cities are in lockdown and quarantine. Economies around the world, including Canada's, have been shut down. With most of our flying suspended, we're now into the medically induced coma referred to in my last message, a measure to preserve our energies and resources, awaiting the day we can revive our business and restore our company's vital organs one by one. Already we are planning for this eventuality and trying to look beyond the fog of war. This requires that we anticipate what our industry will look like, what governments will allow, the state of the global economy, how soon we may have a commercially available vaccine, how quickly travelers may return, and what assurances they will need. Some of these things are simply not known today. IATA, for example, keeps upping its estimates of industry losses and presently expects COVID-19 will cause global passenger revenues to fall nearly US $314 billion or 55% this year. While there are many unanswered questions, we do not intend to wait until they can all be answered to take concrete action, and that is what we are doing. For example, in the coming days, we will launch Air Canada Clean Plus, a new protocol for hygiene throughout the passenger's journey. We plan to safely rebuild our company as quickly as possible in this new reality and ensure Air Canada retains its industry-leading position coming out of this. Realistically, both the industry and Air Canada will be smaller for some time. We expect it to take at least 3 years for both the industry and Air Canada to get back to 2019 levels of traffic and demand. As I've said previously, leadership demands hard things. It also requires facing up to hard truths. Because we do not anticipate a return to previous levels for several years, we need to decisively lower capacity, shrink our global network, and reduce our fleet. We've therefore decided to remove our older Embraer 190s, our Airbus 319s, and our Boeing 767s from the fleet. Altogether, we plan to take out 79 aircraft, or about 1/3 of our combined mainline and Rouge fleet. Rouge will continue to play a key role for us in leisure markets, albeit with an increased focus on narrow-body flying. Some of the exiting aircraft will be replaced over time by A220s and Boeing 737s as we rebuild our operation and network with newer, more efficient, and environmentally friendly aircraft. However, this means that we anticipate being a smaller airline for the next while, a difficult reality to accept after our amazing decade of growth. And sadly, this need to retrench to meet reduced demand means reducing our workforce into the medium term. We have already instituted a separation program for management and are in discussions with our unions regarding the various labor groups. I fully understand that for many of you, the added uncertainty around your employment status will be a major additional stress at an already difficult time. And I assure you that we will do our very best to let you know where you stand as quickly as possible. These gut-wrenching decisions are being made to ensure our airline emerges post-COVID-19 and rebuilds as quickly and as efficiently as possible. And although demand has eroded, what we have accomplished together over the last 10 years, such as our can-do entrepreneurial culture at Air Canada, Rouge, ACV, and Aeroplan, has not. Over the last decade, we've infused resilience, innovation, and discipline into Air Canada's DNA, and these attributes will serve us well as we navigate through this crisis and beyond. We also proudly set aside significant liquidity to see us through a downturn, although frankly, no one ever expected a carnage of this magnitude. Our cash levels will meet our most immediate and pressing needs, and we do believe that the Canadian government will assist with liquidity to our industry, just like the governments of the United States and others around the world have. I see our culture on display every day, in the pride you take in our repatriation and special flights, the excitement being generated by new ventures at Air Canada Cargo as that branch has stepped up like never before, your obvious concern for our customers who still remain loyal, and the regard you show for one another. I see it too in the eagerness so many of you have directly expressed to contribute in any way you can. It says a lot for who we are as a team and of the culture we have built, which will serve us as a strong foundation upon which to rebuild our company. I have concluded my last messages with words spoken by Winston Churchill and Barack Obama. Today I will defer to Steve Jobs. Sometimes life is going to hit you in the head with a brick. Don't lose faith. I hope you and your family stay safe and strong, and I will speak to you again soon.